guys, welcome back to the channel, Yorkshire Crafter. My name's Julie and today I have got Flosstube. So this is Flosstube 218. So what have I been working on since last week? So I decided to restart the temperature stitch, the temperature walk with me from Stitching Mommy. That, yeah, I wasn't very happy with the colour choices, because when we get into like the mid-20s going into the 30s, it's absolutely stifling hot here in the UK. And the temperatures that I was looking at, the hot and the cold, it was still staying in like the blues and the greens. So I went and had another look at the listed temperatures and floss colours and decided to go with the extreme temperatures. So when it gets into like the minuses, goes into like the really deep blues, and then going into like the late 20s, yeah, the high 20s, early 30s. Yeah, it was going into like the bright oranges and reds, and so yeah, I decided to restart it. So I will show you what the mock-up looks like that Sarah did. So from Stitching Mommy. So this is the temperature walk with me, and I think I showed you guys last time the one that I'd already started in the blues and the greens. So I restarted it. And I'm much happier. I have caught up to the end of July, so going into August. So this is where we are now. So yeah, sort of going into the summer, the spring and the summer, we got some really hot temperatures, and then sort of mid-July we got into the 30, 31, something like that. So that was there. But yeah, I'm much happier. So yeah, starting off the year in the greens and the blues, and then getting into the greens for the spring. So yeah, much happier with that one now. So this weekend it's going to be my focus again to get caught up to where we are, which is the 22nd of August. So the third week, the fourth week. So yeah, so this weekend, probably today, maybe tomorrow, if I can catch up. So yeah, to the 22nd. So yeah, we'll catch up with that this weekend. So I worked on that on Friday, Saturday, and then again on Sunday, and I got 1,716 stitches into that. So I have only just started the road that goes down the centre. So yeah, if I can get caught up today on the temperatures up to the 22nd, then I might do some more of the road, get that down the centre done, and then if I can, then start the walkway that goes round. So yeah, that'll be a focus piece for this weekend, see how much of that I can get done. So then on to Monday, I started again with the Glamorous 3. So the first piece was Honey Delivery, and with the Glamorous 3 I've decided to go back to do 100 stitches a day. So in between finishing lunch and dog walking at 2, I can usually get those 100 stitches in, depending where on the project I am working. So Honey Delivery, let's find that one. It's this one, and this is what Honey Delivery looks like, and I think I'm on this last gnome here. I've done the other 2, I'm on this last gnome here, and I think I've got the ground done. I'm not sure. So I've got this gnome to finish, and then I've got these bits at the top, the flowers all along the top, and then this bee to stitch. So Honey Delivery only got worked on the once for 101 stitches. We've got a thread. So this is where we are now. So yes, I have got, I think, at least one of the greens in. I think there's another one to do a bit of filling, because I've got gaps underneath this gnome here. But yeah, I think it was all this black. So yeah, 101 in all this black stitches. So it's his shoes here, the lantern, and then this is the start of the wings, and then I think there's a little bit more for the brim of his hat, and then the 2 antennae. So yeah, that's where we are on Honey Delivery. And like I said, I only worked on it the once. Sorry if I left with the steez. And then for the rest of the day, I pulled out Lady Halloween. So I worked on this twice for the supplies. So for the cauldron and the potions ingredients, collecting my supplies. So this is what Lady Halloween is going to look like. So when I worked on it the first time, I was in this branch in here finishing this off, and then I got some of these letters. I got the V and the W. I got this motif here, and then the star, the U there. So I got that finished, and I think I did a little bit of her hand maybe, but I wanted to get that branch in, and then finished off with the letter U. And then the second time I worked on it was the start of the witch's hair. So I have done something a little bit funky with the witch's hair, and I took inspiration from Laura at Stitching by the Shore, because she has stitched this piece and she started it monochromatically and then decided to do something fun with the witch. So I took inspiration from her. So this is what I did for the witch's hair. So I used, tell you in a minute, because I did write it down. I used 327. So 327 for the witch's hair. And then let me open this up. I have now finished off the branch in her hand. I did the V, the W, the motif, and the U, and then like I said, I worked on her hair there. So I don't know whether I'm just gonna let the hair just be that standout colour, or whether I'm gonna include some different shades of purple into her dress. I'm not sure. I've written some other purples down, but I don't know whether I'm going to assign that into her. So yeah, like I said, I've done the hair. So then there's the black for the top of her dress and the belt, and then it comes down into the skirt. So I might do some purples in the flowers. Use 2 different purples for the flower heads, and maybe a green for the leaves and the stalks. Maybe just that pop of colour to accent her around all those other pieces. But yeah, so that is Lady Halloween, and like I said, I worked on her twice for 912 stitches. So yeah, nearly 1,000 stitches on Lady Halloween. So then on to Tuesday for the Glamorous 3, I worked on Chocolate Delivery. So this is a Chocolate Delivery, and like I say, it's another piece for the Glamorous 3, and I was working on the front gnome here. So I didn't write it down. So let me just double check. So it was the once there. I didn't write Chocolate Delivery on my list, but I just worked on it the once for 103 stitches. So get that out of the way. So this is where we are now on Chocolate Delivery, and I carried on with the letters. So I finished off the H and I started in on the O. So like I said, 103 stitches. So I will show you the colour I used. I just mentioned last time that I used a variegated that I did the chocolate coffee sampler on. So this is the DMC variegated 69. Oh, yeah, it's 69. So it's that one that I used. So yeah, Chocolate Delivery, 103 stitches. And then Wednesday, oh, and then the rest of the day I worked on Lady Halloween. So that was the 2 days for the cauldron and the potion ingredients. So then Wednesday I worked on the other piece for the Glamorous 3, and this is Tulip Delivery. Get rid of that notification. So this is what Tulip Delivery is going to look like, and I'm working on this front gnome, I think. Yes, with the blue hat and the red tulip. So Tulip Delivery, again, I have only worked on the once. No, I've worked on it twice. So Wednesday I put in 103, and then yesterday I put another 100. So 203 stitches into Tulip Delivery. So this is where we are now. So I'm going to lift it up because I worked mainly in the beard. So there we go. We have all of those white stitches. So 203 stitches got the beard finished, and a little bit of his hair too that's underneath the hat here. So yeah, his beard and hair. So yeah, I think I have all the stitches in the hat. Yes, I think I've just got a few to finish off these crosses, grey colour. So it goes mainly in this one. There's a couple in that one there, but those two are finished. And then I have another colour in the leaf to complete. I've got to put his nose, his hands in, and then I've got the grey to finish of the beard. I've got another blue to put into him here, and then I can come up and do the tulip here, and then I think I have then this last gnome over here to complete, so the one with the purple tulip. So yeah, leave that one there. So then the rest of Wednesday I worked on the Harry Potter gnomes. So this is what this piece looks like. All these gnome pieces are from Soda Stitch, if I didn't already say that. But I was working on this front gnome in here, and this is also for the supply list. So I'm collecting for the wand. So as you can see, this front gnome here has got the wand. So that's that one. So this one got 341 stitches. So I've worked on it the once. And so this is where we are now. So let me fold this over. Doesn't want to fold. There we go. So this is where we are now. So I've started one of the burgundies for the top of the hat, and then I'll have like the face and the hands, and then I think across here is the scarf, the Gryffindor scarf, and then yeah, I've got the burgundy to finish off with the scarf, and then the rest of the hat to do, and then I can do the wand, and then there's a flying key up here. And as you saw, I have the Harry one finished, and then the last one to do will be the Ron with the 9 3/4 in his hat, the Snitch, and Hedwig, the owl, snowy owl. So yeah, 341 stitches into that piece. It's that one. And then on to Thursday. So yesterday I stitched on Tulip Delivery for 100 stitches, and then the rest of the day I stitched on Witchwood Express for my pet. So I picked a cat for my pet. So let me find that one. So this is Witchwood Express, artwork by Lisa Parker, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. So that is Witchwood Express, all the different kitty cats, and I was working on the top. So I started in the center when I first started it, so I'm working my way across to this side, but I will have a lot more greys, but I want to work my way down to the train to see how well the badge at the front, the witchwood, is going to come out. So this is the regular size, so it's not a mini, but yeah, it's a regular size. So that's what it looks like up close. So we have the hat and the wand, and it says witchwood 46777. So I want to see how well that is going to come out. So Witchwood Express got 208 stitches. So I've got all the extra fabric just in a tote, in a tote bag. So I worked my way across. I have since moved the clip frame, so I've been working my way across the top. So 208 stitches. So this is all like the steam and the fog on the platform. So yeah, I'm going to need to move it again when I pick it up. So depending what I can get done on the temperature piece, one evening I might pick that back up, or maybe one afternoon when I've caught up with the footprints, with the actual temperatures. I might work a little bit on that and then go back to temperature later on in the evening, because my normal projects, my gnomes and things like that, are on 16 count, but my bigger projects, especially that size and the Dumbledore's library, all of my full coverage, most are on 16. I've got a couple of projects that are on 18 count, but yeah, most of my full coverages are on 16 count. And yeah, having to wrangle all that fabric for that one, I decided to put it in a tote bag. And then the Dumbledore's library, I had the big Harry Potter bag. You can kind of see behind there. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I stitched that big project bag when I first got the little sewing machine that I was gifted for a birthday present from Amazon. So yeah, that was the first thing I did on that machine. So, but yeah, it's brilliant for that project and just to hold that extra fabric. But like I said, with this one, I just wrangled it into a tote bag, and so it's not dragging on the floor or getting dirty or covered in pet hair and yeah, all that fun stuff. So yes, that was everything I have worked on this time. So yeah, this weekend I'll be going back to temperature piece and maybe a little bit more on Witchwood Express. So let me have a sip of coffee and then I'll show you what I've seen online. So I'll grab my phone. So I have seen a couple of things. So yeah, so while I was watching on a live stream yesterday afternoon, I was watching Sisky Stitches. She went live yesterday and I think she said she's planning on going live again today. So yesterday she went live at about 1 PM. So I was kind of in and out doing different jobs. So like I said, she started at 1, so it was pet feeding at 2. We go down and start prepping tea at 3, and then usually back up here about 4:30ish. And I noticed she was still live, so I hopped back in, and yeah. So yeah, I was in and out, but that was when I worked on Witchwood Express. So all that to say, somebody came in and mentioned that she'd just been perusing on the Heaven and Earth Designs website, and they're having a sale. I think she said it finished on the 28th, but when I do my usual checks on a Friday morning, to share anything with you guys, I did see the post from Michelle on the official Facebook group. The sale runs until the 27th at midnight. So Michelle says, Labour Day sale has begun. I will be spending the weekend moving, so very appropriate for this holiday. Your ongoing support is so much appreciated. Sale will run until the 27th at mid and ends. Sale runs until the 27th and ends at midnight. 50% off all charts other than Kincaid, Precious Moments and Leah Roach. So this was the post that I saw from Michelle. So this is the Labour Day sale for Heaven and Earth Designs website. So yeah, 50% off until the 27th at midnight. So yeah, I really enjoyed chatting with Siski on her live stream, and she has mentioned before, being in live streams with people and whoever's hosting it, you get to know them, and she was telling some stories, and so yeah, you feel you get to know people a little bit more just chatting with them and things like that. So I also saw that Doreen Jones has posted a freebie. She says, Happy Friday everyone. Today I've added 2 free charts for these simple symmetrical patterns. So she showed the mock-up. Let me get notification. There we go. Yeah, we're still recording. So yeah, she put these symmetrical patterns on. So she first did a mock-up in black and white, but then she also either stitched or somebody model stitched them in a variegated. So it says, what does it say? I've shown here in the original black and white chart and also sewn in colours threads 4,500 and 4,506, so different variegated threads. So those are freebies on Doreen Jones Facebook group. So Doreen Jones Stitch. So those are 2 freebies. And then I did also see, I've been seeing quite a few posts this week. A judge over in America called Frank Caprio has passed away. I used to see Facebook shorts and reels of people in his courtroom, and he was so kind, he was so sweet, he would listen to everybody. If there were kids in his court, he would listen to them, ask them what they wanted. Yeah, he was so sweet. But yeah, Frank Caprio, 1936 to 2025. So apparently he had been battling with cancer for quite a time. I believe he did go into remission and then it came back. So that's what I've heard. Also, there is some birthdays coming up in this next week or so. So tomorrow the 23rd will be Danielle's birthday and Deanne's birthday. Both really good friends I talk to quite often. So happy early birthday, ladies. And then there will be Amanda's birthday on the 25th. So Monday the 25th. So happy early birthday to you as well, Amanda. So there is going to be a new start on Saturday. There is going to be a new start. So I've got my fabric ready. I've got everything ready for the new start. So I will show you that next time. I'm not sure. So yeah, there'll be that, and then there's usually snowmen involved somewhere, and then sunflowers. So yeah, snowmen, sunflowers, Christmas trees. Yeah, all the seasons. So I will cover at least 2 of those on the new start. So I might have to pull out the magazine piece, the spring sunflowers, on Monday for Amanda's. But yeah, I also have a new start planned for my birthday in September. It was a pattern that I've shown previously that I said I would love to stitch, and I was very, very generously gifted that for an early birthday present. So thank you. You know who you are. So yeah, in September I will have a new birthday start. So yeah. So that is everything. Oh no, that is not everything. Kelly. I would like to say a huge congratulations to Kelly, a lovely lady that I've got to get. A lovely lady I have got to know really, really well through my channel and chatting with her. She's previously sent me boxes of goodies, and like I said, we've been chatting back and forth. She has become a grandma. She's become a nana. So congratulations, Kelly. I've been meaning to say that for weeks, and every time I turn the camera off, I'm like, I didn't do it again. So I remembered this time, so congratulations, Kelly. Congratulations. There was something else. Something else just flashed into my brain and now it's gone again. Oh, yes. Last week, it happened to me again, guys. I mentioned that I wanted to do a quick check through Facebook or anything that suddenly pops up that I might want to share with you guys. And it happened. As soon as I clicked off, an email came through, and it was the Tiny Modernist email, the information about any new releases or anything like that coming up. And it was the Ho Ho holiday sale. It comes in parts. They've previously released a Halloween one, sort of little boxes that arranged that's come in parts. They're doing a Ho Ho holiday one in the same way, different boxes, and The Christmas or holiday one comes in 14 parts. I didn't look on the Halloween one, but I believe that's the same. 14 or 15 parts, the Halloween one. But yeah, they're doing a ho-ho holiday one. So just as I clicked off, that email came through. So that's why I made it my thumbnail last time. But yeah, hopefully it won't happen again. But you never know. You never know. So I'm gonna let you guys go and get on with the rest of your day and move on to whoever you're watching next. So remember, guys, in a world where you can be anything, be kind. Bye, guys.